the Ganges, or the Ganga as we call it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years it has flown by, soothing everyone and everything with its healing touch. It starts off at Gomukh, around 400 kilometers north of where I'm sitting right now, and merges into the ocean in the Bay of Bengal around 2,000 kilometers downstream. For us in India, she's a goddess who came down to the earth with a purpose. Today's story is her story. Hi, this is Pramit, and I'm welcoming you to YoungManOld Adventures. Rishikesh, for that is where I am. Most Indians know about this place, but there may be some who don't know what it means. Rishika means the senses, the passions, the feelings that we have, the feelings that we carry. And Isha means the Lord. So this place is dedicated to the Lord of senses, Lord of feelings, meaning Vishnu. However, that is not what our story is all about. Our story is about Ganga, whom you can still see flowing by in the background. It's a very interesting story. And this story, this particular story, is as per the Bhagavad Purana. Puranas are a set of tales from our mythology, our history, our legends. And there are different Puranas. There are countless Puranas actually. And Bhagavad Purana is one of them. According to the Bhagavad Purana, Vishnu, the preserver, had three wives: Lakshmi, Saraswati and Ganga. All these three wives were very close to Vishnu. However, Saraswati got very jealous of Ganga and started fighting with her. Looking at both of them fight, Lakshmi came in to stop the fight, but got into the fight instead. So much so that Saraswati cursed Lakshmi. She was cursed that she would be born on earth and would have to leave heaven and come on earth as a plant, as the Tulsi plant. Lakshmi was stunned. Ganga got angry. Ganga said, "How can you just curse Lakshmi because she came here to stop the fight?" And she instead cursed Saraswati, that you will also have to flow on the earth. You will also have to come down to earth, but nobody will be able to find you. And Saraswati got even doubly angry and cursed Ganga, that you too will have to come down to earth, same as me. People will be able to find you, that they will use you to wash away their sins. After having uttered these curses, all three of them suddenly realized the gaffe, the problem. They had overreached themselves, so they ran to Vishnu. And Vishnu said, "Well, now that you have cursed each other, it has to come to pass, but it's very regrettable. So you know what? Saraswati, you will go down to earth. And only people who have the dedication will be able to find you." And thus it came to pass that Saraswati became the fountainhead of knowledge. And only people who work hard find knowledge. And to Lakshmi, he said, "You will go down as the Tulsi plant, but I'll accompany you." So at the base of every Tulsi plant, there is something called a Shaligram, which is the representative of Vishnu. And to Ganga, he said, "Yes, you will go down to earth and you will be used to purify lost souls, but you will be revered." But he also said something else. He rejected Ganga and Saraswati, who started the fight, and said, "From now on, Lakshmi is going to be my only wife." So now the context is set. Ganga had to come down to earth. But how? How? If Ganga fell to earth with the force that she had, it would destroy the earth. So a process was required. The context was there, the reason was required. And so there was a massive, massive war between the Devas and the Asuras for some unrelated reason. And the king of the Devas, Indra, fought against the king of the Asuras, Vritra, and killed Vritra. When the leader was slain, the Asuras got scared and went and hid below the oceans. So the Devas couldn't catch hold of them. They did not know where they were. But they knew that they were below the ocean. So they went to this great sage called Agastya Muni and asked for help. And Agastya said, fair enough, I'll help you. And he, using all the powers that he had, drank up all the water of the oceans of the world. And there, right below, sure enough, were all the Asuras, and the Devas killed them to the person. And they went back to Agastya and said, now we have killed the Asuras. The Asuras are no more a threat. Can you please return the water to the oceans? And Agastya said, I can drink the water, but sorry, I can't return the water. So the Devas were stunned. How can you leave the world without water? The world will get destroyed. There will be droughts. Agastya says, sorry, dude, I can't return the water. So as is the case, the Devas ran to Vishnu, the preserver, and told him the story. And Vishnu said, no worries, don't worry. Ganga will come down to earth and she will replenish all the oceans of the world. So that was the process. That was the process. But still, how could Ganga come down? You had the context, you had the reason, but how could she come down? Because the moment she landed, the world would shatter. So there's another very interesting story attached to this. Around this time, there was a ruler of men, a grand king called Sagar. Now, Sagar was the first king of the Ikshvaku dynasty. Sagar was the forefather of Lord Ram. Sagar was a great king in his own right. And he did the Ashwamedh Yagna. Now, Ashwamedh Yagna is a yagna or a sacrifice. It's called the horse sacrifice, in which a horse is let loose on the lands. Wherever the horse goes becomes a part of the owner of the horse's kingdom. And if any king dared to stop the horse, he would have to fight the owner of the horse, right? And the one that won would become the emperor or samrat. Now, nobody in the world dared to stop Sagar's horse, which was accompanied by 60,000 of his own sons. His own sons went to battle for him. 60,000 of them. Yeah, he had 60,000 sons. These are legends, And nobody dared stop the horse. So Indra got really, really scared. Indra thought in his mind, Indra is the lord of the Devas, the lord of the gods. He thought, a kind of equivalent of Zeus. He thought, if this person takes over the world so easy, he can come and take over the heavens as well. And so he stole the horse. He stole the horse and hid the horse in the ashram, in the hermitage of a great Muni called Kapila. Now Kapila, who was sitting in penance, did not have a faint idea that the horse was being hidden over there. In the meantime, Sagar's 60,000 sons went looking for the horse, and they found it in Kapila's ashram. And they thought that the saint had stolen the horse, and they started troubling the saint, and the saint got so angry that in a blink of an eye, he turned all 60,000 of the sons into ashes. They were dead, but they found no redemption. They were cursed to hang between the heaven and the earth in a place where there was no redemption. Sagar was devastated. And for generations, Sagar and his younger ones and his sons and his grandsons tried to find a solution, tried to find redemption for these 60,000 sons. Nobody could. In the end, Sagar's great-grandson or grandson, Anshuman, came to the throne and he went to Kapila. And with folded hands, he asked Kapila for a way to find redemption for his 60,000 ancestors. And Kapila said, well, I understand, but they can only be redeemed by the waters of Ganga. Anshuman tried in vain to get Ganga down to earth. Couldn't find a way. In the end, Anshuman's grandson, Bhagirath, sat down in penance to Brahma as well as to Shiva. Made both of them happy and got a boon from Brahma that he could get Ganga down to the earth. But there still was that question. How would Ganga come down? So, our man Bhagirath told Brahma that, listen, please request Shiv to break the fall of Ganga on his tresses, on his hair. Shiva agreed. And Ganga came down hard, captured in Shiva's tresses, and slowly trickled down to the earth and started flowing towards the ocean. She did not know where to go. So Bhagirath guided her across the land of Bharat and onto the Bay of Bengal, where she merged with the ocean. So she flows in Vaikunt, which is heaven, the earth, and the nether worlds. And therefore she is known as Tripataga, the river which flows in all the three worlds. That, my dear friends, is the story of Ganga. However, there is an interesting little side note. As Ganga was flowing to the sea, guided by Bhagirath, and therefore, by the way, my friends, she is known as Bhagirathi, the daughter of Bhagirath, because Bhagirath got her down to the earth. Anyway, as she was flowing, she flew over the ashram of another saint called Janu Rishi. And Janu Rishi got so angry that he drank up the entire Ganga. There was not a drop of Ganga to be found. He drank her all up. And Bhagirathi was scandalized. He said, look, we have waited for generations to bring Ganga down to the earth so that my ancestors get redemption and the earth finds water. And you've drunk her all up. So Janu said, fair enough, and slowly released Ganga through his ears. These are stories, my friends. And Ganga came down and flew back on her path and onto the ocean, and therefore she's also known as Janvi, the daughter of Saint Janu. These are the stories of Ganga. This is one story broken into different pieces. That's how Ganga came down to earth, and that was our story for the day. Till the next time, stay curious, because it's all about stories. Namaste.